So Luis Robert, a superstar rookie, he's going to do big things in Major League Baseball. Unfortunately had the most embarrassing moment probably of his career yesterday with a pretty heads-up catch. Get it? Because he caught it with his head after saying, I got it, I got it, I got it. So he pulled a Jose Canseco. And speaking of Jose Canseco, he saw this clip and he commented on it saying, well done. Baseball is such a beautiful sport. What's going on, everyone? It's Fuzzy. Welcome back to yet another MLB recap, Easter edition. Happy Easter to everyone that celebrates. I hope that you have a safe day with your family and friends. We have so much to talk about from yesterday. A big brawl in Cincinnati between the Reds and the Cardinals. Nolan Arenado flew in from third base. I love that about him. Even if that brawl is not even about him, he's going to be in the thick of things because he just loves his teammates and he wants to support them, even if it means throwing some haymakers. We have a double no-hitter in Milwaukee. We'll talk about if that happened or not. And then Joey Gallo, my friend, hit a ball yesterday that is currently still flying. It probably has left the atmosphere. Maybe it's in orbit, but yeah, it's not coming back anytime soon. So we talked about Luis Robert in the intro and how his error unfortunately led to the Angels scoring a few runs. So let's go ahead and break down the rest of that game. Yermin Mercedes is basically mini Eloy. Like, they took Eloy Jimenez, they put him in a drying machine, accidentally left him in there for too long, and out came mini Eloy because they even kind of have the same stance and swing. Mercedes set a record. He was the first player since 1900 to go 8 for 8, and also the first player ever to start the season with 8 consecutive base hits. He even has a Tops Now card already, so MLB The Show 21, first week, he's about to have one of the best hitting cards in the game. I cannot wait for that. Unfortunately, though, for Lance Lynn, Yermin Mercedes, and Luis Robert, the Angels were able to complete the comeback with Jared Walsh. I love this kid. And Justin Upton showing up in the later innings, and the Angels prove that their offense is going to be elite the entire year if they can stay healthy, and I really like their chances of doing that. Manny Machado goes ham yesterday with his first home run of the 2021 season. This one comes via a Apo Taco. Ha-Seong Kim gets his first MLB hit, and then look at Jorge Mateo doing Jorge Mateo things. I have been on his bandwagon for the longest time, and finally, he's getting some everyday playing time. He's up to 3 doubles already. He's making web gems in left field. Now, the only thing that I have to say about the Padres is so far through their first 3 games, they're using the Kevin Castellanos approach. All of their starters, even though they have a relatively low pitch count, like Joe Musgrove made his debut. We're talking about Yu Darvish, Blake Snell, and Joe Musgrove. They've gone relatively short outings, so they're trying to preserve their arms, even though we just had spring training. Like, I thought that was the point of spring training, to wake up the arm, get alive, so you can go 7 innings like Zack Wheeler or Corbin Burns. But instead, we're saving bullets in April. Okay, so unfortunately, I have no good news to report for all of you A's fans. However, Elvis Andrus did make a really cool web gem, so I'm going to go ahead and roll that. But that was pretty much it. The first series against the Astros pretty much went as I thought. I've been trying to tell everyone that the A's are not as good as they were a year ago, and the Astros are going to be a whole lot better. Yordan Alvarez has to be in the conversation for best hitter in baseball. Through his first 92 games, I want you all to listen up right now. 92 games, he has 88 RBIs. That is the 4th most RBIs through a player's first 92 games ever. Yordan Alvarez is up there with Juan Soto, Mike Trout, Christian Yelich, when Christian Yelich is actually doing his thing, as some of the best hitters in baseball. I'm not saying that he is the best hitter because, in my opinion, that is Juan Soto and Mike Trout's crowns to lose, but Yordan is stupid good. Speaking of stupid good, I'm looking at his stat line. Zack Wheeler turned in one of the best baseball performances I've ever seen. On the pitching side, he went 7 innings, only allowed 1 hit, 0 earned runs, and had 10 strikeouts. Offensively, he was 2 for 2 with 2 RBIs. You can't really have a better day as a baseball player than going 7 innings of scoreless baseball, striking out 10, while hitting 100 on the radar. You have a nasty set of off-speed pitches, and then you drive in 2 RBIs, and you don't get out. Zack Wheeler. This might be a little bit dramatic, but Shohei Ohtani has yet to have that sort of day in the big leagues. Now, it's going to happen today because he is both pitching and hitting, but let's see if he can turn in a Zack Wheeler performance because, wow, I got to tip my cap. he was lights out. Another lights out performance. This is coming from two guys in the same game. Jose Barrios was facing Corbin Burnes. Both of these guys, when they are pitching as they're supposed to, some of the best pitchers in the game. Jose Barrios, with his best start of his career, he goes 6 innings, does not allow a single hit, strikes out 12, and then his manager yanks him. On the flip side, we have Corbin Burnes going 6 1/3 innings with 1 hit. He gives up a home run to Byron Buxton. Byron Buxton's up to 2 home runs, looking like an MVP caliber player. He had 11 strikeouts as well. So between the two of them, that is 12.1 innings pitched with 23 strikeouts and only 1 hit allowed. They were dominant. Now, unfortunately, I do have to blame Jeff Passan for jinxing this because he put out a tweet stating the stat lines for both pitchers, and what happened immediately 4 minutes later, Byron Buxton hits a home run. He ruins Corbin Burnes' no-hitter, and then in the bottom half of that inning, Jose Barrios gets taken out by his manager. Why would you do that? We just had spring training. We're all warmed up. We're ready to go. So yeah, Jeff Passan, I blame you. But then Jeff Passan got mad at me and said, save it, Preston. I'm sorry, okay? Jeez. I'm going to go ahead and show Nolan Arenado's first home run as a member of the Cardinals. The Reds ultimately won that game. So I guess without further ado, we'll go ahead and talk about the brawl. So Nick Castellanos got hit in the rib area by Woodford of the Cardinals. And Castellanos started talking to Molina, and Yachty said that, hey, that wasn't on purpose. And Nick Castellanos actually respected that because he loves Yachty. But then he got the ball from the ground, asked if the pitcher wanted it back, and I don't think that Nixie was trying to show him up. Sometimes pitchers just really like the feel of a baseball, and he respected what Yachty said. And if you don't believe me, Nick said it himself.
I mean, look, yo, like, I wore 93 in the ribs. That don't exactly feel good, you know? I asked Yachty if it was an accident. He said, of course it's an accident. All right, Yachty's a boss, yo. Like, all right, I give him the benefit of the doubt. I even asked the pitcher if he wanted the ball back, you know? Just out of, sometimes pitchers, he's coasting, I don't know. There, I go to first, and the only thing I'm thinking about doing is scoring. And I'm not out here to disrespect nobody or whatever, but I want to win, yo. I've lost my whole career, and I ain't trying to start this season 0-2.
But then it got to the point where Nick Castellanos scored on a wild pitch, and then all of a sudden mayhem broke loose. Now, a lot of people are saying that Nick Castellanos was hit in the ribs because of what he did a few days ago when he homered. He almost did a skip to the loo. He was playing hopscotch and really pimped this home run. I mean, if we're hitting guys 3 games into the season and you can't give Nick Castellanos the respect after hitting a bomb in 30-degree weather, I mean, what are we doing? I hope that we have more energy like this going forward because honestly, brawls and just competitive nature is a lot of fun to watch. Corey Kluber looked pretty, I would say, decent in his first start for the Yankees, and Scary Gary hits his second home run. Marcus Semien does hit his first home run as a member of the Blue Jays, but Jay Bruce and the Yankees were able to hold it down. The Yankees, man, they're already having a roller coaster season. Gleyber Torres is making errors. Corey Kluber is having a good but not great start. Gary Sanchez is striking out a little bit, but he's also going yards, so just... man, if you're a Yankees fan, you're roller coaster already. Joey Gallo is sizzling hot to start the 2021 season, but so is Michael Taylor. But honestly, can we just admire what Joey Gallo did yesterday? This ball was demolished off a lefty. Michael Taylor got in on the action as well. He hit a ball just as far, and then he added a few more RBIs later in the game. And then Whit Merrifield, Whit the hit machine, had 4 RBIs. He is a man on a mission. He is getting better with age, which is not supposed to happen with positional players. Now, pitchers do end up getting better because they refine their mechanics, and it's very mechanical based. Whereas with hitters, it's more skill based and it's more reaction based, which slows down with father time. So the fact that Whit Merrifield is getting better and better, I mean, props to him. Moving on to another team that is starting off pretty hot offensively, the Seattle Mariners. They got some help from Taylor Trammell getting his first base hit, which I thought was a lot of fun. So he gets the double, and then he tries to act like he's a big league player. He's done it before, and then he starts cheesing, and then he put on Twitter, look how I tried to act big league, but then, you know, the moment got to him, he realized that he just got his first MLB hit. Chris Flexen was flexing yesterday in his first start of the season, absolutely dominant. Mitch Haniger with a home run. I'm going to ask you guys a question. What are the odds that the Mariners finish with 75 or more wins? Do you think that the over is good, or would you go with the under, maybe 70-ish wins? I'm probably going to say 74 wins. We know that the Rockies got rid of Nolan Arenado, but they still kept part of him in Colorado. I did not know that Brian Fuentes was the cousin of Nolan Arenado, so that's pretty fun. He had a 2-run bomb yesterday, but unfortunately, Unfortunately for the Rockies, they were playing the Dodgers, and the Dodgers have so much depth and so much talent. Zach McKinstry hit his first ever home run on an inside the park home run, and then Kenley Jansen gets the save. So the Dodgers, they are showing the world that they can really win ball games however they want. One player I want to make sure that you guys know of going forward, especially if he's available in a free agent sort of fantasy situation, Jazz Chisholm might steal 50 bags. Yesterday on back-to-back pitches after getting walked, he stole second, he stole third, and then he scored on a sac fly. Garrett Cooper had 3 RBIs. Adam Duvall goes yard for the first time as a member of the Marlins. So the Marlins are coming out raking to start the season, and I really like what Jazz Chisholm was doing. Jake Arrieta returned to the Chicago Cubs, and he looked fantastic. I don't know what it is. He is just built different every time he wears that Chicago Cubs uniform. He was so good for so long. Chris Bryant picks him up with some offense going yard, and then Craig Kimbrell strikes out the side. Good for him. Kimbrell has been really bad over the last few seasons. Everyone's saying that he is washed up, but that is a big time win for the Cubs. The final 2 games from yesterday, we have the Tigers beating up Cleveland yet again. I cannot believe that the Tigers have not started Akil Baddoo one time. It is aggravating, but guess what? He's going to get the start today. I can't wait to see what he does. Willie Castro, Nomar Mazara, and the Tigers, they beat up Zach Plesac and the Indians. I will say that Eddie Rosario is not the 2 home runs, so good for him. And then last but not least, Tanner Houck is nasty, but the Red Sox offense is not so far to start the season, as Matt Harvey and the Orioles improved to 2-0 on the season, which, safe to say, I was not expecting. So, congrats, Orioles fans. You're doing well. All right, everyone, well, that does it for today's MLB recap. Have a wonderful rest of your Easter. Stay safe out there and enjoy this day in MLB history.
3-1 pitch. There's a drive into left field. That ball is going, and out of here. Henry Aaron has just tied Babe Ruth in the all-time home run parade.
Fly ball, shallow left. This could do it. O'Leary. Hideo Nomo has spun the no-no against the Orioles.
Story hits it high and deep right field. Way back and gone! 3-run bomb. Welcome to the big leagues, Trevor Story. And this ball's hit a long way to left. Take a good look. You won't see this one for long. You want to talk about a debut.